Okay, so Erin, last week when I was making dinner for Finn on his birthday, I was making homemade pasta using flour, and I happened to notice the warning on the bag.
Oh, yeah, that was an odd one. I've never noticed such an odd warning. So what did it say?
It said, cook before sneaking a taste. Flour is raw. Please cook fully before enjoying. And I don't know if it's always said that on the bag of
Well,
flour, but I just noticed it now.
that's a very nice way of them saying, warning you not to eat raw flour. I know you're not. I knew you weren't supposed to eat raw flour because you know me. I'm
Why?
very, I'm very
Yeah.
up to date on the
Well, I know.
food, yeah, food disease or food bacterial issues.
And
If
that's
you
why I thought of you immediately. But I
right,
don't
yeah.
understand why.
It
Why aren't you supposed to eat raw flour?
it can carry salmonella or E. coli, I believe, because
Hmm.
it's the way it's harvested or something, I believe. So it's sort of like a raw material, like eggs are raw, meat,
Well,
it's a raw material. I never
yeah.
thought of flour as being like a raw product, but it
Yeah, me
is, I
neither.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine once it got processed that sort of all eliminated that problem, but apparently not. It is a raw ingredient. So yeah, you're not. So the cookie dough, the eating the raw cookie dough, I always avoided, or brownie batter or cake batter, I always avoided because of the eggs.
Which I
But
don't.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the flour apparently is a risk too.
Well,
Now
we put this on the Facebook and some people were like, well, who would eat raw flour? And I was like, well,
it was.
haven't you ever? I've always just kind of like dipped my finger in and
I
tasted it
think
just because I'm
really.
curious of what it tasted like. Yes.
Oh, you actually. Oh,
I've
I don't.
tasted just the raw flour, but then I
That's.
eat my batter every time.
Well, okay, I understand. Yeah, in the batter, we've all tasted raw batter, but yeah, I
I eat
never.
the flour.
Okay, wow,
Not
Jill.
like a spoonful, like you said in your
You're like,
comments, where we sit down and have a
right, you're gonna
spoonful of
watch a movie
but
and then,
it's so fine and soft, and it's just like it intrigues me. And I'm
whoa,
like, this has to
okay.
taste really good. And so I taste it. I'm like, no, it's not really that good until you mix it with things. But
I
I've
would.
tasted it more than once because I want
You
it
went
to
back for
taste really
more.
good.
You went.
No, I mean, I didn't go back for more that time, but on like,
Gosh,
years later, I'm like, maybe I want to taste this again. I can't quite
you
remember
went
what
back
it
for
tastes like.
more.
I went back for more. I did.
You didn't learn your lesson the first time.
Well, now I know that I'm not supposed to.
Well, I mean, you could. I mean, honestly, people do it. People,
Yeah.
eat raw
And
eggs. People
I'll
eat.
still lick my
But
batter, so I don't know
my
why.
concern, yeah, my concern was more so that the texture of just flour would not be very tasty, but you thought it
That's why
would.
I wanted to try it. I like to try new things.
Like to try new things. Oh my goodness.
How are you going to know if you like it if you don't
Don't
try new things? Just like with the podcast, try
it's
it. You might love it.
you. That's true. You you might think it's terrible, but you don't know until you try it
You don't know if it's going to make
a
you
few
sick
times.
until you try it.
Yes, a
Right.
few times.
Yeah.
Not just
So
the first
anyway,
time.
I'll probably still keep eating it, but I just thought that warning was funny. It made me think of you.
I think, well, yes, I was aware of the raw flour.
Hmm.
You're not supposed to eat it,
I
but yeah,
should
I
have
think
known that you
uh,
would be.
I think, but what threw me off about the way that was written, which I think all most of our listeners felt the same way, was like
Yeah.
who eats the raw flour anyway? But
Right.
we've
But
learned.
I mean, I can't say that I sit down and eat it, but I've tasted it. I've tasted it. I'll admit it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what threw me off. I'm thinking, well, who really? I mean, in with when it's mixed in with the batter, yes, which I still gives you the same risk factor, I guess, because
Yeah.
it's still not cooked yet. But
Plus you had the egg, which
it
gives you
was
another risk.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
very weird, not weird because I actually like the way they wrote that. It was just an interesting way to
Right.
put that out
To
there.
present that on their
Yeah,
bag of flour.
I sent that information.
Yes. So we appreciate all the info we can get. Thank you. What was it? Gold flour or whatever. I'll
Which brand
cut
was
that
it?
part out. It was
Oh,
gold
okay.
medal. Thank you,
Okay.
gold medal flour.
Yeah, we appreciate that
We appreciate the safety tips here at the
creatively.
Banter and Dish podcast.
and the creative way that you put it out there for us
Yes.
to
Yes. To giggle about.
for us to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't think if it just said, do not eat raw, that wouldn't have been as fun.
Right. No, not at all. So thanks for adding a little giggle, a little hint of humor and dash of delight to our
Yes.
day.